Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Amen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kene. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining us once again. When it comes to SKTV, we always have people in studio. I think we already have our people here. I just got distracted a little bit. I think Mr. Kula and our guests are all set and ready to go. Good evening. How are you? If the cap not going to help, you got to take it off. But if you can hear me, go ahead and put it stuff to your ear. Hello, can you hear me now? Hopefully we get connected to the radio shortly. Mr. Kula, can you hear me?
All right, so folks, the time check is exactly 6 minutes past 6 o'clock, and this is how we'd like to welcome you to the program, the SKTV. Yes, so I don't know what I say, are you us loud and clear?
Yes, I can hear you guys loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you.
All right, that's great. But for some reason, the camera is not too clear from your end. I'm not even the picture. I mean, the image of the guest. I'm not seeing her clearly. I don't know, but if we can hear her, that would be great. Honorable Victoria Koiquah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Sekou. I can hear you loud and clear. Good afternoon or good evening.
That's great. Good morning to from my end here, and good evening to you. I want to say welcome once again to SKTV. Unfortunately, the last time we couldn't get you clearly because of the internet problem from Liberia. But again, I want to take this time to welcome all of you, those listening to us on radio, and those that are following us on Facebook. We want to welcome you to SKTV once again. It's very, very important that you share the show today because we had a lot of things, touch the last time, and we did not actually cover everything due to the internet problem from her end, and that's why today she is in studio precisely at Truth FM 96.1. So if you cannot afford the data to follow us on the Facebook, we want to encourage you to tune to Truth FM 96.1 there in Liberia. So once again, I want to take this time to play maybe one beautiful song to this morning from my end and this evening from your end. And once again, if you are in Australia, where it's in the morning, in China, South Korea, I want to say good morning. And if you are in Liberia, I want to say good afternoon. I believe it's afternoon. If you're in Phoenix, Arizona, of course, it's good morning. And anywhere else in the United States where it's noon, I want to say good afternoon to all of you in the United States. We're going to play this song here, and then we will begin the conversation shortly. Again, I want to say thank you to all of you for following. And the guest is here, all set and ready to go.
Hey, you got my beat. I'm making the people that feeling my heat.
T12 on the beat.
You must show me respect when you calling my name. Oh, show me respect when you talking about me. Yeah. You must show me respect when you calling my name. Oh, show me respect when you talking about me. Yeah. You must show me respect. show me respect, oh, yeah. Show me respect when you calling my name, show me respect when you talking about me, Up in gonna equal, yeah, yeah. Up in gonna equal, baby. Call me the pro, call me the shiggy, call me the pro, you can call me the shiggy. And I do it before, I can do it again. Call me the dada, I can do it again. You must show me respect when you calling my name, oh. Show me respect when you talking about me, yeah. You must show me respect when you calling my name, oh. Show me respect when you talking about me, yeah. You must show me respect. Show me respect, oh. If you don't know about me, why call my name? If you don't know about me, why spoil my name? Because I'm a musician, ay, ay, ay. Because I'm a footballer, ay, ay, ay. Because I'm a politician, ay, ay, ay. And because I am a pastor, ay, ay, ay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, you must show me respect when you calling my name, oh. Show me respect when you talking about me, yeah. You must show me respect when you calling my name, oh. Show me respect when you talking about me, yeah. You must show me respect. Show me respect, oh. I spend the money, but I don't care. You do the talking, and I don't care. Show me respect when you calling my name. Show me respect when you talking about me. All things gonna equal, you must show me respect, oh. If you want some blessings, show me respect. If you want to live longer, show me respect. I say, check my records, check my name, oh. The records out there with clarity and distinction. Satya, proceed. Call me the pro, call me the shiggy. You can call me the pro, call me the shiggy. You must show me respect when you calling my name, oh. Show me respect when you talking about me. You must show me respect when you calling my name. Yeah, show me respect, just to bully them. You must show me respect, these are bully them. Show me respect. You must show me respect.
All right, show me respect. All fingers not equal. That's true. Let's go back to the studio, see if our guest is ready to go. Uh, Honorable Victoria Talu Koiquah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Seku. Good evening from our end. It's a pleasure being back on the show.
All right, we are glad to have you back. So yes, let's jump into the conversation right away. The last time we missed a lot of good things, good discussion, and today I think we will have the opportunity to cover everything else that we did not, we were unable to follow the last time. Um, for those who are just who are just seeing you for the first time, can you again introduce yourself briefly to the people so that we can start the conversation? I don't want people like, oh, who is there in studio? Please, if you don't mind.
Thank you, Seku. It's a pleasure again being here, and I'm Victoria Tolo Kokwe. I'm the Deputy Vice Chair for Political and International Affairs. I'm a member of the National Advisory Council of the CPP. I'm also aspiring for Mosorado County senatorial seat. So briefly, that is me, and I have more than 20 years of experience in the NGO sector. But most importantly is that we are aspiring for the Mosorado County senatorial seat. But before we go ahead into the discussions, I just wanted to say this, that we are missing our youth chair, James Morris. We have gotten information that since yesterday he has not been seen, and his parents are worried. The information has just hit us this afternoon, And we are calling on the public. If you know the whereabouts of James Morris, please let us know. It is good that we are on a platform to talk about it. So when we also want to call on the government that our youth chair James Morris is nowhere to be found. We look forward for them taking actions now to see how we can find James Morris, because the security of every citizen in this country lies in the hands of the security apparatus of any country. So we want to make this announcement to the public that James Morris, we don't know where is he, and we are looking for him.
Hmm. Wow, that is a breaking news. Well, we hope he will be found as soon as possible, and we also hope that he will be found alive and safe, because Liberia is a terrible country when it comes to security currently. So if I may ask, uh, James Morris, is he the current chair for you? Youth chair just for Monsuado, or setting district Monsuado, or is the youth chair for the ANC in the entire country?
Yeah, James Morris is the national youth chair for the Alternative National Congress. James Morris is known for his fat speaking, truth talking, tough talking person who has been one of the young people who is also asking this government to fix the country. So yes, he's the national chair of the Youth Congress of the Alternative National Congress.
Wow. Hopefully he will be found as
Yeah.
soon as possible. So the family said to you guys that he be missing for how long? Since when?
Well, we are just getting the information, and like you will see my attire, what I'm wearing. I just came from a program. Yesterday was the International Day of the Young People. So today, another group called the Youth Alliance for Progress was celebrating the International Youth Day. So I serve as guest speaker and chief launcher of the program. I just came from that program and came this way. But then I got calls from some young people, because usually in the ANC, the young people call me youth mother because of my close relationship with them, and how I navigate in solving some of their problems and my interrelationship with them. So most of the young people please call to me to say that James Morris is missing, and they cannot find James Morris. His phones are off. They do not know his whereabouts. But again, I went to our chat rooms and I saw that yes, this information is true. The information, we have not gotten any concrete information, but the fact is that he is missing. He is nowhere to be found. Even if you go on social media, the posts are all there on Facebook that James Morris is missing, and we are asking the government to make efforts to finding James Morris, because they are the key responsible people for security in our country.
But have you, when I say you, I mean the entire leadership of the ANC, have you spoken to anybody in a higher up at the security department, like whether it's police director or anybody else that are
So
close?
like I said, I have just come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have just come from a program, but it was good that we say it, because it is all over Facebook, it is all over in chat rooms that James Morris cannot be found. So it is good that we say it so that the public knows that James Morris cannot be found. And if anybody knowing James Morris and saw him passing somewhere, they need to let us know. And we just took the opportunity to say it. But the details of his missing in action will come later when we get in contact with the family.
Okay. So those who are listening to us on radio and you're in Liberia, I want to say thank you for listening. I think you heard it. The information is that the youth chair, James Morris, is missing. He's an adult, I believe. So if you know his whereabouts, feel free to call on SKTV, or you can call on 2FM, or call any security apparatus that you can get to to make sure that he is safe and alive. So we want to say thank you for bringing that information to our attention. Hopefully, folks are listening and they will help us locate or find James Morris. So with that said, let's go to the conversation here, and we will periodically talk about him so that people can forget, and those who are going to be joining us down the line, they too can have the information. So um, it's okay for me to say Honorable Koiquah, Mistress, or Miss, which one? What is the best? What is the best? What is the
Look,
best thing to describe you?
look, Seku, when you see that honorable thing in me, I won't mind you calling me honorable, but I actually like for people to call me honorable when they believe in me and they know that I am somebody who does the honorable things, because that title actually belongs to people who do honorable things. Besides that, you can call me Tolo, you can call me Victoria, you can call me Vic, you can call me Vicky, you can call me, yeah. Like the song says, call my
Should we say
name and be respectful, right?
so? Should we say Miss or Mistress?
You can call me anyone, mistress. You can say anything.
All right.
The most important thing, it's not about the title. Listen,
When
it's not about the title, it's about the person that is holding the title. So you
when
want to say miss, the only miss I will not accept is MISS, but I can accept MS. I can accept MS, I can accept MRS. So
okay.
yes, Seku. But you can
All
call
right.
me honorable. Once you see
No,
honorable thing
no,
in
no,
me,
no.
you can say
It's
honorable.
okay. It's okay. I just want to be. I just want to have the leverage or the luxury of choosing whatever I want to say. And now you are
Say
giving me
Vicky.
that.
Just
Yeah.
say Vicky.
I will call, when I asked Honorable Yaka call about you the other day, he called you Vic. Okay. He said Vic. Okay, so okay, then maybe I can call Vic too. But
Yes, sure.
so yeah, so I want to say thank you again for showing up today. And we are glad that you are in studio wherein we can hear you and see you clearly. So going back to substance, you are running for, you are aspiring for senatorial position. And the last time you talk about a lot of things, per your experience. But again, you do not have direct government experience. You say indirectly, per agencies and other organizations or institutions that you have worked for, you have worked with government, but now work in government. So give me one major experience among your experiences that make you ready to be a senator. Just one.
Seku, today pa I came ready.
Okay.
And the reason why I came ready is because I'm wearing this t-shirt. I just came from the International Youth Day, but the celebration was like a workshop where the young people were actually training us about some of these things. And one of the topics were women in leadership role. And and the facilitator of that section was a young woman who is below 30 years. And this the interaction between the young people today, young people of 20, some of them were even 17 up to 25. It was really interactive. And some of the questions the young people ask, I don't know whether you have somebody in our workshop, and this is why you asking me the question.
No.
The young people were asking, why is it that when women want to go to the legislature, they want to hold electoral position, people seems to ask them, what experience do you bring on the table? Forgetting to know that all of the people who are running, they do not have legislative experience. Because when you ask me what experience do you have to bring on the table, it's about the job I'm going to do, what experience I have to do the job. So nobody running in when someone is running for an electoral position, they do not have that electoral position experience. When you get there, you get the experience. But hey, you have to have certain leadership ability, and that's one of the most important thing in life. Once you have leadership ability, you have other experiences. You bring that on the table to complement what you are going for, and that we have. We told you the last time that we have more than 20 years of experience working in the NGO sector, international. And when I say NGO, it's not just about local organizations. We're talking about international organizations that we led business development effort and raise budget of 22 million, 10 million. So those are things that show that we have the requisite leadership ability to be on the table of the Senate to discuss issues of importance about our country, Mama Liberia.
So let me say this. Maybe you did not get my question. My question was not about whether or what experience you have in terms of being a senator. No, you cannot have experience in something that you never served before. I'm saying, with all the experiences that you have accumulated over the year, I said one of them that get you prepared to be a senator, one of them that you think, based on my experience in this area, among everything that you have done, based on my experience in this particular area, I think I can be a better senator. That was my that was my question.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we have a lot
yeah,
of them.
just give me one.
But we'll say one. Since you
Yeah,
want one,
just give me
you know,
one.
our country is almost like managed like grants because you implement projects and other things. So I would tell you that my grants management experience I come with on the table will also help, because when you talk about grants management, it talks about financial management, it talks about project management, it talks about writing programs and projects. So once you have such an experience, you bring a lot on the table. So with that experience I have in terms of how you go about looking around and understanding the issues of the people, and you put that on the paper, send to donors send the money, and then you implement properly. That experience I bring on the table, I think it will be of value to the Senate, because whenever the executive branch brings things on the table for you to discuss, you already have that skills, you already have that knowledge, you already have the experience. You will be able to navigate the different budget lines, the different proposals, to understand that this will benefit our people, because you have passed there, you have assessed the country, and you know the issues that are happening in the country, compared to somebody who has never done such and coming to the Senate. So yes, one thing we bring is our grants management experience. That's one. Two is our interrelationship with people, the young people especially. We understand the issues of young people in this country, especially the young girls. We understand that. We understand issues of child protection. So when we are in the Senate, we will ensure that some of the laws that are weak, we will hold the executive accountable, because we have experienced some of these things that are happening in terms of child protection, in terms of violation against girls, in terms of youth entrepreneurship. We will be looking into that direction to ensure that the majority of the people benefit from the national budget. So yes, we come with a lot of experience.
All right. So thank you very, very much.
I don't know
So
whether it is your internet, but I'm not
it's
hearing
not
you.
it's not mine. Everything is good from my end here. Hopefully, yeah, it is the internet from the studio there. From our end here, everything looking good. Um, But once again, I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV. If you're just joining us, I want to encourage you to share the show. We are with us. We have with us today. I call her Honorable Victoria Koiquah. Hopefully, she will join us back again. I think that is a problem from the studio, not from our end.
Internet, but
Yeah,
I just did.
it is internet from there, from over there. So yeah, so let me. Uh-oh, radio is interrupting. Okay, can you hear me? The radio is playing music. All right, I think
Yeah,
we're good to go now.
so I
Can you
can
hear
hear
me
you
now?
now.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So the next question I was going to ask you is that the name Victoria Koiquah may be known by some people, but it's not one of those big names that a lot of people know. Um, I don't correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not a name like when you call, you mention, oh yes, I know her. And you are running against someone who has been in not only in government but served as representative for district number 13 and then serving currently as senator for Montserrat County. So, what can you tell those who saying, well, we can support her, but people don't know her like that? What can you tell them? Because you run to win, and if people don't know you, I don't know how they're going to vote for you. So, how can you address that notion of, she does not have that name recognition? How do you address that?
Thank you, Seku. When people say your name is not one of those big names, we don't have to be big names before we win elections. It is about the people who want to vote. There is no one who gets born today and become popular today. You have to do the work. You have to talk to people, and people. We see that people we are talking to, they are listening. If you were in country now, you will see that when we started this our the movement to support Victoria Tolo Koiquah, there were only three people. But today the movement has grown. Every day people call, they want to be on a show. If you see sometimes when I post on Facebook, you go underneath my post and read some of the comments. Some people will say, "You leaving me all of your team, you leaving me." So these are sounds that people believe in us. And we want to tell our supporters that are saying we want to support us, but people don't know them. The fact that you want to support is the same fact that other people want to support. So if you want to support us, you should know that you are not alone. Other people too want to support. Everybody get their own way of supporting. People invite you to churches and say, "Come, we want to support you. So come to this church. Come and worship with us today." The mosques, people invite you and say, come and worship with us today because we want to support you. When we started our movement, first we said, let us do the groundwork. When we do that, let's spend 1 year doing the groundwork. When we do the groundwork and see that the people really need change, we can make it public. So it's been 2 years now since we made it public. The first year was we were going to people and seeking their opinion, about the issues. And based on all of these assessments we did, we made a decision to run. And since 2 years now, we've been talking about we're going to run. We've been on the radios. That's not enough. We've been in the communities. We are doing some good work in the communities. People are gearing up towards us. And maybe when you open the lines, if our people are fortunate to get through the line, you will hear the people, you will hear what they will say.
Trust
So
me.
yes, we are here.
Towards the end of the show, I'm sorry, I'm not cutting you off, but towards the end of the show, we're gonna talk to people and we're gonna hear what Liberians
Exactly.
listening
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
to say.
That's
Yeah. So,
exactly, Seku, what I'm talking about. When you open the line, if our people are fortunate to go through the line, you will hear from the people. The people are listening, and you will hear from the ANC will not just make mistake and think that Victoria should just go on a ticket. They know the kind of work Victoria is doing across the country, most especially in Maserado. CPP also will not make the mistake to put
what are
Victoria.
you? So, what are some of the things that you are doing right now that make people to gravitate towards you? Like things that you are doing in the communities, like you're saying, in terms of reaching out, in terms of development, whatever things that you are doing right now. Can you tell me, Ali, maybe a few things that you are doing right now that make you think that, yeah, Labrador people can say, you know what, most other people can say, you know what, this is depression. What are you doing?
Simple. Usually, when I'm talking about electoral position, I do not want to talk about what I have done in terms of development. And the reason is simple, is because as a lawmaker, you have three cardinal functions. You have to make the system work for everybody to enjoy the system, and that is what we intend to do. Yes, we are reaching hands out to people. Like, for example, the program that was held today, it was about carrying on awareness to young people and telling them how they can capacitate themselves, how they can sustain themselves, how they can portray themselves. That is a big, big development. You don't have to build schools before people talk about development. It's about developing the minds and the hearts of the young people. So those are some of the things we are doing. We are doing awareness in the communities, and the young people are seeing it as a very big tool or a good tool to use to develop themselves. We are doing some empowerment programs. We are doing like training women, and this is something that we have been doing long since when we were in an international organization. We have been working with people, and we are working with over 200 women groups across Maserado. In other countries, we have worked with people as other people as well. So you have like the village saving and loans. We are doing that, but we started that long since before even the ambition to run for the Senate came about. So because we were not thinking about using this platform as a political platform, people didn't know about what we were doing. So people tends to say what tangibles you bring on the table. And I will tell you that the last time I was on the radio, just day before yesterday, I was on Banner FM. And the journalist, I don't know whether he's a journalist or he's just behind the radio, he asked me, what tangibles are you bringing on the table? And I told him I'm bringing integrity on the table, trustworthiness on the table. And he said to me, that what we will eat, the journalist is responding to me like that. That what we will eat, Sir Joseph got schools, Sir Joseph got hospitals, Sir Joseph bringing buses, and you do nothing for the people, and you think the people will... Look, we have to graduate from this level to another level. All of what Sir Joseph has is for him. But what I have done, I have impacted the lives of people. Whether it's a soft component, it's not a hard component, but at least the people are able to sustain themselves through the capacity buildings we have done for them over the years. That's something we call tangibles. And these are the things we want to enshrine in our activities when we are senator. We're going to work for the system to work for everybody. Let's take, for example, Maserado has a lot of young people. If you take 500 young people in this country and then give 10 scholarships to people in this county, you are leaving out 490 people. So what impact it makes? It makes no impact. But instead, when you work to work on policies that will impact the lives of the Liberian people, you will have 500 young people being rich instead of giving 10 scholarships just to 10 people. So this is what we stand for. We stand for changing the system. We stand for making the system to work for the majority of the Liberians to benefit. That is what we stand for.
Okay. So, what set you apart from Honorable Sir Joseph, from Senator Sir Joseph? What sets you apart? What do you think you are better? You can do a better. You can be a better senator than Sir Joseph.
Maybe I bring integrity on the table.
Okay.
That's one. Two, I come with the requisite qualification. You know, everybody, as per the Constitution of Liberia, anybody can be qualified. But who can be qualified to take that national budget and tell the Liberian people or tell the executive, look in the president's face and say, hey, this money doesn't have to be here. You need to put it here to benefit the young people. This money, you need to put it here to benefit the the health sector. When you have people like that in the Senate, then you know that you are making progress. But when you have people who cannot even read a $100 budget, then you have problems in the Senate. Because when the national budget is submitted to the Senate, that person will only have to sign. He will only listen to people, and then he signs or she signs, and it's finished. But you need people who will read that budget and be able to critique the budget. And let me tell you, Sekou.
So you think Sir Joseph does not read the budget?
It will also not be only about critiquing the budget. It will be also about what you.
Anyway, while we, I think your voice is going
there. Because, for example, if I say the 30K that is in the budget.
Just a second, if you don't mind. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. One of my colleagues just got here, Tevina Cole, even though she has a fine to pay because she wasn't here today because a female is here because she's here today to support.
Sekou, please repeat. It was.
Yeah, I just wanted to welcome Telvina on the show. She's been away for a minute, and now because we have a female here today, that she's showing up. I don't know if that's the reason, but I just want to accuse her.
I'll take it.
Telco, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Glad to be back.
Yeah. Oh, I heard that somebody screenshot something to me yesterday that you went on a show. How was it?
It was good. I went to visit.
It was how you call it? The reload class reload, right? But the new show, right?
Yeah, I kind of poked my head in there to watch the end.
How was it?
It was good. I wasn't there for the whole thing, but to watch the end.
I don't doubt you. I know you always make SKTV proud.
It was a good show.
That was good. I mean.
I was on Lobo show the other time too. One Friday.
Oh, you went to John Lobo show too?
Oh yeah, Josh, my little brother.
How can you didn't send me the thing so I can watch you too?
Oh man, I thought you next time.
I didn't know about that thing. When somebody said to me, "Oh, what happened?"
I know the teacher put it. They were going to reach it.
I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Oh, but Telco was on the launch." The person said the launch show. I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "How was it?" I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw that towards the end. I said, "Okay."
Yeah, towards the end. Yeah, it was a good show. They talk about other things. What happened to the guest? She's still having technical difficulty even in the studio.
She's in studio now.
Oh my god!
I'm just hoping that I think let me see here if.
So I think it's in the internet, maybe.
Yeah, but the internet over there, we don't have problem like that on the internet. So let me see which method they are using over there to connect her.
Oh man!
Yeah, I want to make sure that let you go through the stations on our
internet, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to be host. Let's do a musical break, Tickle. Breaking news. Who's breaking? Who's breaking, Mr. Perkins? Let me see. Oh gosh. What's breaking? You want to do a musical break?
No, we
Are you
can
good? She's
take up.
back?
Yeah, no, she'll be by. They're working on it. It's not her problem. It's I think it's the signal from the station itself, but they're working on it.
Oh, okay, okay.
So yeah, so you know, just read a comment from somebody, trying to say Liberia really has problem.
Mhm.
Um, Look out, woman like this won't be senator. I don't know. Actually, I don't actually know
What
what
that's supposed to mean?
exactly. I don't know what I mean, and that's been very disrespectful.
Highly
Yeah, very very disrespectful.
condescending to say the
I
least.
think we shouldn't do that. Let's encourage our female friends and other people to get involved into politics, and especially somebody who is speaking. She's not like a dumb person that she doesn't know what she's talking about. You may not know her, you may not have a lot of information about her, but it's good to know people. You got to know people before you can
Right, right.
actually run the judgment against them. But just to come and say, look, a woman like this, that's been very disrespectful.
Yeah.
I think we should
Very,
all
very.
condemn that kind of art.
Yeah.
Mr. Augusto Flomo, I think
Who said it? Papi Flomo said it?
Papi Flomo said it.
Papi Flomo, you know better than that.
Yeah, that's
Come
very
on.
unfortunate that you have to say that.
Come
Trust me,
on.
you may not support certain people based on political affiliation or based on your connection, to the current government, but that doesn't mean you should look down on anybody or
Yeah.
speak to them in a manner that has been very, very disrespectful. That is wrong. We shouldn't do that.
Yeah, we shouldn't. And Papi Flomo know better than that. But saying he wants to go there, let's go there for a little bit. Siku, let me tell you something. And I'm not going to play the gender card yet, but I'm one person. I don't support women just by default. But I've listened to Victoria a couple of shows. I think the first time I heard her was on Focus Liberia, and I heard her a little bit on Spoon. So she's not one of those people who say dumbbells around here. She's not empty-headed. She has some experience with her NGO or whatever it is. She has something under her belt far more than I would say 25% of the people that are in leadership in CDC, or even more. I just being generous by even say 25%. So it's very, very disrespectful, very condescending. I don't know all the words to say for, I expect more for Pape Flomo, even though I know he's a seditian or support Wiyashian or whatever the title is, but I expect a lot more. I mean.
Okay, let's do some comparative analysis here. Since he's talking, he said, can you imagine this woman running for senator? Sorry for my country. You should even sorrow for yourself, not only the country, for supporting people like George Weah to be president. How about that?
Everything else are connected with George Weah. All the ministers.
If you can support George Weah, everybody who supported George Weah knows very well that George Weah was not up to the task. And not only that, after supporting him, since he became president up to now, he has displayed clear inaptitude and incompetence. And to the extent that the country is not managed by him. He doesn't run the country. Magio and Toy are the ones that are running the country. But you are proud to support him. But then you want to look down on somebody, or because you know them.
But if you know me, that doesn't mean I'm not competent.
What this lady she has shown to the Liberian people based on her appearances on the different networks, I think she knows exactly what she's talking about. She may not have the name recognition, But I know certain people in the Liberian legislature there that they could not even give their victory speech when they won the election. They could not even address the people in a proper manner, in a cohesive manner. It was very disjointed and very, very embarrassing. But you call them honorable, you call them senator, you call them representative. And majority of that are in the CDC. Most of the people that were elected in the CDC for senator, for representative, they were elected because of CDC, the party affiliation, because George Weah popularity. So most of them are riding on George Weah popularity. They know nothing. That's why, up to today's date, budgets that comes to the House of Representatives or the Senate, they just go and sign it. That they literally just talk about, because they do not have the capacity to read and understand or even question anything. So for you to come here and try to denigrate somebody, try to disrespect somebody because how you feel about them and in the manner that you did, that's very unfortunate. And every woman should be offended by you saying, can you imagine this woman?
And the justification is, I know her.
I know her.
You know her, it doesn't matter. If you knew me when I was growing in Garnersville, I'm not the same Selvina today. So you can't use that to measure me. And again, when we want to look at whether measure performance or competence, your government, the people that are in government, I can count 10 times with all my fingers. That woman qualified more than most of them.
Plenty of them.
You want me to start a roll call now? I can start.
You can start.
I see my film, but we're not going to make him this. The topic of this show here, he got 10 seconds spotlight. We're done with him.
Exactly. So yeah, so we already, said we've already said what we're supposed to say to him. Going back to the Senate, especially Monserrato, it's quite interesting that the ANC is putting a candidate. And I believe this person will be the candidate for the CPP. But yesterday, or day before yesterday, I watched Senator Sir Joseph. There was a live video. I think he kind of purchased a soccer team, second division soccer team, which is a good thing. And I encourage him or anybody to do more of that, to encourage our youth, especially those are in sports. However, there was a statement made that I think wasn't right. He was telling the players how much they're going to be supported by him, by the community, and the businesses in Garnersville. He didn't say they were solicit help from the people, but he was demanding that if you have business in Garnersville, you will support the Garnersville FC. Even if you're selling peanuts, if you can't afford the money, you will give 1 cup of peanut. Can you imagine? That's been very much dictatorial. You can't speak in that manner.
Right.
And he said, all the businesses in Garnersville will carry the banner of the team. Yeah.
He's gonna be out of his mind smoking something.
He didn't even say, we were actually we'll talk to the people. No.
You to take what I can as a banner on my house or on my business.
That's the kind of leadership we have. I really admire the fact that he is purchasing a soccer team. And I'm a big soccer fan. And development in that area, I admire and I welcome it anytime. But you gotta be respectful of people.
Right.
Oh, because you are senator now, people of Ghana will be forced to do stuff for your soccer team. What if I live in Ghana and I do not support your team?
Yeah.
That person will be surprised.
Right. Right.
That
That's so
person
wrong.
that person will be will be threatened by them, by him. That was not cool at all.
These people just abusing powers in
And
all ways.
and I hope this lady can come back, Victoria can come back to talk about Senator Sir Joseph in a little bit. There are a lot of good things people say about Sir Joseph when it comes to humanitarian work. But she mentioned something, Victoria mentioned something that to me is an eye opener. She said, everything Sir Joseph is doing, or everything he has, they are for him. Somebody can say, well, Sir Joseph building school, schools are not free. Oh, Sir Joseph building clinic, you're not free. Oh, Sir Joseph is doing X, Y, and Z. The day Sir Joseph leaves office, all of those things that we are mentioning here, we are celebrating him for, belongs to him and his family.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not in the GOL name. I've heard that quite
It's
a
not,
bit.
it's not in the government's name.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
It's
heard
not
that
for the
before.
government.
I've heard that before.
I even asked him on his platform when Sir Joseph came here, when we had an interview with him.
Right. Right. I remember
We
that.
asked him everything you're doing right now, who is it for? He said, Sekou, who is doing it?
He
That
raised
was
that question.
yeah,
Hmm.
well, he said, well, who is doing it? I'm doing it. He said there are a lot of people that are making same money I'm making, but I'm putting mine into business. So business is good. It's good to help. It's good to build school. But first of all, are we asking as to how he got the money?
But Sekou,
Yeah.
it's fraudulent in a way because these people like Sir Joseph, they come to America, they solicit, aid from the government here, taxpayers here, whether be it medicine, be whatever it is, because they come under the name of I represent government Liberia, I'm a
I'm a senator,
senator.
yes.
But then
Yes.
when you take those things back, then you go under your name, for Senator Jassa Joseph. I know there was several discussions, I think Marcelli time or even this government time, for him to transfer the deed and some of the paperwork into the government name for some of the things. He refused. So it's fraudulent for you to even do that. And these are things that people need to know. But most people think, oh, Sajasa is a good man. He's a good man. He's doing so much. No, he's not doing so much. He's doing so much in his name. And he's using the government, hiding under the canopy of government Liberia, under the title to get all these things. If he was you and myself, he won't be doing that much. He will do some, but he won't be doing that much. And that's why the Americans and other people around the world are pouring into him because he's coming under the face of this government. It is wrong. It is fraudulent. It must be condemned.
Yeah, it is somehow fraudulent because um, when he comes here, or when they come here, not just him, they always solicit funds and other equipments under the banner of the government. I'm a senator. As a matter of fact, before Sir Joseph became senator or representative, how many times did he come to the United States or anywhere around the world to solicit stuff, help? No, nowhere. And whatever they are doing, he he could be doing something better for himself and with the money they are getting than other people for himself. But that is not for the Liberian people. Similarly, what Maggie said, even if we steal the money, but we're giving it to the Liberian people. No, you're not giving it to the Liberian people. You're building a house for yourself. You're building a house for you're building a house for a dead body. No disrespect to the mother. You put the electricity in a house that has nobody, no human being, when people are living in darkness. That's not for the Liberian people. But they take the people for granted. When the man said, okay, the house are building here in Bon County. When I die, am I going to go with the house? No, you're not going to go with it, but you're going to be for your family. It's not going
And
to
they
be
were
for
clapping, oh. They were clapping.
they were clapping. They were clapping because because the people that are clapping believe that they're where they belong. They think those people that are coming to them, they're better than them.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they feel. They even find it, they find pleasure in even getting closer to these people to even see them. Because at the end of the day, maybe they were getting $10, $20, $15. Those are kind of things that poverty can inflict on people. When you are poor and we are suffering. In America here, we don't got money, but at least we have our basic necessity available to us. We don't suffer to drink water. We have electricity on a daily basis. At least if you can get a car, you can get in the bus.
You can get the bus or the train. Exactly.
Some people can even a lot of people in this country can get free bus and free
You
train,
get free pass. Mm-hmm.
free pass
Mm-hmm.
to go around.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that leverage. We have that opportunity. They don't have that. So some of them, when they were born, they saw their parents celebrating leaders, government officials, rich people. So they think that those people are better than them. And for them, they feel like the situation, the condition they are in right now, that's where they belong.
Mm-hmm.
They're where they belong. That's what they think. They think that, okay, we were born in the village here, in the country here. Some we were born, there's no road here. In fact, their house here, there's no place here. There's a lot of zinc houses here. Nobody have ever built this kind of beautiful house. So when somebody come and build that kind of house in that village, even if it doesn't belong to them, but the fact that it's in their village,
Right.
they feel proud.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, okay, I leave the man I can't own the money out of the country. The man being all that development. That's the kind of mentality. So Sir Joseph maybe somebody who took advantage doing Ebola to help other people, and there were a lot of help coming from Liberia, from the United States too, going to Liberia. They helped a lot of people to store, some of these medication, doing the Ebola thing, and some people send ambulances that he also partner with them, making it look like suggest about ambulances and stuff like that. That's okay. But when you come to the United States or go anywhere around the world, similar to what Molba Molu said about President Weah, the President Weah will go around the world, go to other countries, and ask for money on behalf of the country, and he will come and pocket the money. Eventually, they say it was a liquor talk. But Tiago, let me ask you this. You and I will understand what corruption is. And even the petty corruption, the little one, we know it. And we understand it. But the people in Liberia, especially if you go to Monsuado, I listened to Senator Dillon himself saying, when it comes to Sir Joseph, that the boss man, that the boss man, that the humanitarian man. That's the senator. What about the common people? You think anybody can beat Sir Joseph in Monsuaro, given the fact that people already worshiping him for doing things for himself, even though it's not for Liberia, it's not for Liberians? You think anybody can beat Sir Joseph?
Sekou,
Based on
you
the kind of
know,
mindset we have.
the mindset, and that's why I'm going with that. The environment, the mindset. Over there, people, like you said, somebody can't bring grants, bring things, and build a city. They don't care the funds, or the means of how they're doing those things. They just look at, oh, they may bring development in our place. Somebody like Sir Joseph using his position to take taxpayer money and then take it to his country and do something things. It's as if Joseph running anywhere else. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. He was not going to win. He will not win. But I don't know about like people at Sekou. It's like pulling tooth in that place because our people, their minds have been conditioned to support the wrong and see snake and call it cute puppy, pretty much. And it's very troubling. It's very troubling. Somebody that might here should be in position if the man say, oh, you know what, at least we still in our own, but we're leaving it right here. When I die tomorrow, I carry it in the ground. No. I leave it there for your grandchildren? Yes. Are you serious? Yeah. And we clapping and we're supposed to be voting for these people? What's wrong with us? I hate fraud like anything else. Not only because I'm a fraud person or because, fraud is or whatever it is. It's just so wrong because when you rob the people of the resources, you're robbing the country as well from growth and from a lot of things. I hate it so much. I hate it. And people like that should have no place other than being behind bars. But Liberia, it's different. It's different how they see things there for the most part. And I'm talking about majority. So I don't know. It's like you pulling tooth. I don't know because with Sir Joseph, everything about him is good in the eyes of many over there.
That's the point.
So I don't know.
That is. So you think the people need to do more voter education in the area, telling the people, we're not campaigning for Victoria. She's already here, so we'll let her to talk for herself. But we are speaking from an objective standpoint as to how politics is supposed to be. Politicians are supposed to work for the people, but not for themselves. I'm trying to make sure they get adjusted over there. I'm looking at them on the.
Yeah, we already know if campaigning for her, but generally, we have to give the people voters education, that so they can make wise decisions, for whoever, make wise decisions. Pour the cards before them, let them make the ultimate decision. That's how I see it,
All right.
On the table.
So it looks like the guest is back. Hopefully, the internet don't like you.
Yeah, because
you gotta make sure your ANC can win, so you can bring good internet in Liberia.
Yeah, we want to fix the system for everybody to enjoy. And this is why I keep telling the Liberian people we cannot have one set of people enjoying and majority of the people, suffering from all of these things. So what we can do is to make the system work. Let the system work so that everybody can enjoy it. Yeah, I've been out and not listening to you. So, and then my phone is going off. My phone internet is much better today. I could go on, but the phone is going off because I left home since this morning. I've been with the young people around the community.
You need to buy yourself a power bank when you're in Liberia.
Yeah, I have one. I just left it home.
All right, maybe Teko has a question for you. Teko.
Wasn't she answer a question before you cut off? From there?
No.
I think he was about to ask.
If you don't mind, I just want to give you a chance. If you know,
I think you were telling me that TV was coming on. A female is coming on. I think that's why you were saying.
I was trying to accuse her because she's coming today because of females. Yes, she are coming to support. I was accusing her. She's are coming to support. But yes, so Teko, if you don't mind, I can ask a few questions. Then you can go back to you.
And I hop on. I was listening to the conversation and while getting ready. And Victoria, thank you for coming back. I know you were here last week and you had some technical difficulties, so we're glad to have you.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
know you talk about you hold the government feet to the fire or the leaders' feet to the fire. And you talk about your injury experience. Of course, I heard that. So tell us. I know you're very close to Mr. Cummings. I see you a lot of time during the court thing. You were always on the camera, to the
Oh,
court.
really?
So tell us about a time where you held Mr. Cummings accountable for anything, and some of the members of your party too.
Look, if any ANC member or ANC executive is listening right now, they will tell you that I am one person who doesn't just favor people, and when you are doing the wrong thing, I don't say it. And Mr. Cummings himself, if he's listening to me, he will say, yes, that's the woman, that's my girl, she's talking there. Always he tells me that I'm somebody who bites and blow, and he will always say it is in a positive form. He said, Victoria, you like me, you promote me, you stand for me. But whenever I have a little misstep, you come out to tell me the truth. And I'm I'm a member of the executive committee of the ANC. I'm a member of the National Advisory Council of the CPP. I stand for the truth, regardless of.
So Victoria, I want specifics. So tell me an instance or two where you held Mr. Cummings' feet to the fire or a member of your organization.
So let's say, for example, when that book about
President?
Ava,
Okay.
I was one of those who asked Mr. Cummings to take action against Ava, whether it was suspension, whether it was to sack him. But I was one of those who stood. And Ava is a personal friend to me. We are very close. So I was one of those who asked Mr. Cummings to take immediate action. Even though the Liberian people, they didn't understand that in that book, the president denigrated the Liberian women. People single fence portray it like it was a disrespect to the first lady. Whereas from that book, I felt offended. I felt that it was a disrespect coming from the president to talk about Liberian women in that manner. But however, the book was written by Ava, and we didn't get any proof that the president said these things. And then I was one of those who went on the radio and said, hey, ladies of this country, what Ava wrote, even if the president had told him, he shouldn't have wrote it that way. So I asked Mr. Cummings to take action, and Mr. Cummings took action. But also, I told the Liberian people I'm a woman, and I stand for the fact, I stand for the truth, and I tell anybody for free, if my integrity will cause me to lose the elections, let me lose the election, but I will maintain my integrity. And I told the Liberian women that, hey, this book is about us. If the president says such, it means he denigrated the Liberian women, because by saying that the Liberian women are not good in bed, but the Jamaican women are good in bed, this is why I married my wife. If the president said it, that was denigrating more to us. And some other women, they didn't see what I was saying as the fact. They took upon themselves. They went to the first lady to tell her sorry for what happened. You will always have single fence everywhere. And when they went there, when you listen to the recordings, they are still on Facebook. She told them that, and she she's a huge woman, and she was speaking, and she said, George loves me. One thing I know about George loves me very well. He respects me very well. So that sent a signal to the Liberian people that Claire felt more value by that book compared to a Liberian woman who was denigrated. So I felt that the Liberian women were denigrated in that book. But that was one instance that I told Mr. Cummings. There are a lot of instances. In terms of the political work.
Sometimes I like what I'm hearing, but directly you are holding Ava and his who are a co-writer accountable. But can you give us an instance where you held you held Mr. Cummings accountable? Direct instance.
First of all, Mr. Cummings is a leader, right? Mr. Cummings is somebody who consults, whether he takes your own opinion, but he's somebody who consults everybody, and then he compile all of the opinions, and then he make a decision. So it is very, very hard for you to book Mr. Cummings, because your own opinion is going to make part of the decision he makes. So it is hard. But this is one instant that I am telling you that I stood in his face, regardless of our closeness with Ava, stood in his face to tell him that you have to take action. And Mr. Cummings is known to be somebody who, the last time he told me in joke, and I know he's not joking because that's me, he said, Victoria, I will not be surprised when you are senator, you will call me one day to answer question if I go wrong. And I told him, I said, yes, I will call you, but as an ANC lawmaker or CPP lawmaker with a CPP president, I will make sure you do the right thing. I will always tell you, Mr. Cummings, you need to do this. This is what you promised the Liberian people. You need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do this. If you fail, I will put a communication on the table for the Senate to invite you and ask you question. Why are you not implementing your promises you made to the Liberian people? I said that I will do it. I cannot shy away from it because we follow you. We elected you to do the work of the Liberian people. So you need to do the work of the Liberian people.
Okay, I didn't get the answer that were expected, but fair enough. We'll move on.
But you know when you have a leader who consults. So before I make the mistake, you and myself will make the mistake together. So I want your advice. How can I do this? So that's the kind of person Mr. Cummings is. He doesn't look down because Victoria is a woman. So he wants to get Victoria own say into any decision he wants to take. So most of the decisions you see Mr. Cummings taking, we gave opinion and he compiled them and then make the final decision.
I get it. You know, my boss is a leader, but I hold him accountable sometimes when he want to cut corners or and cut slacks or do stuff. So it has nothing to do with leadership, directly. But we'll move on. So I know you ready for senator, right? So if given the opportunity, senator or representative, I want to be sure.
Senator.
Sorry, I'm catching on slowly.
The senator. No, I'm the next senator of Masarado County.
Okay, so if you're given the opportunity to amend or something without interference, what would be that one thing?
Come again?
If you're given the opportunity to change something in the house without interference, what would be that one thing?
When you say interference, what do you mean?
Without hindrance, without anything. So you're there today, your first 1 month or whatever it is, Victoria, what is this one thing that I want change without any obstacles, without anything? This is my one proposal that I want today, now, right now.
Okay.
If I have to
so
put on
first
the
of all,
table.
right now we're trying to get hold of the acts that created the different land ministries, the different agencies. It will be hard for us to get them. So we believe that when we get to the Senate, we will have the opportunity to have all of the acts that created the land ministries. We're going to look at the acts, most especially. I will be specific to certain land ministries, most especially the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education. Those are key ministries that I have interest in. The Ministry of Agriculture. Those are key ministries that I have interest in. We're going to look at the acts that created them. And if the acts that created them, we see that there is need for amendment of some of these acts, we need to put it on the table and amend them, because you cannot have a law, a policy in place that are not beneficiary to the beneficiaries. So we want to look at those acts. We want to see where we can amend them. We want to look at those acts. We want to see where we can hold the executive accountable to implement those those policies fully. So those are some of the things we're going to look at. But most especially, one thing I want to look at is I want to look at the drug law. We have a drug law. The drug law, I feel that it is not strong enough. So we want to look at it. We want to consult. We want to see how we can amend this drug law. But most especially when this drug law is amended, how is it fully implemented? And this is why we are crying everywhere and telling the Liberian people that there is need for change. Because if you have a senator that means well for the people of Maserati and Liberia at large, and you don't have the right president, then you will be wasting your time. Because if you don't have the right president, you will do everything and everything will go in vain. And this is why we are in the communities. We are telling the people, in as much as you like us to serve you as senator of Maserati County, you need to make the job easier for us by electing Mr. Alexander B. Cummings as president. So that way you make the job easier for us, because Mr. Cummings is somebody who is not going to pass any brown envelope on the table. But if you also need to have the right representation in the house, both the lower house and the upper house, if you keep the same old people there, then you also make the job hard for the president, because they will make the job hard for the president who goes with integrity, who wants to change the country. They make the job hard so that the Liberian people can say, oh, that the mayor y'all say y'all wanted there. So we need the right people at the right places. So yes, one key thing I want to look at, there are so many. We want to look at the rape law. But one key thing I want to look at, and this is something that the young people today put before me and say, Mama, this is what we want to see change in. We want to see a drug law that is fully implemented. We want to see harsh law about drug issue, not only about people who take in the substance, but people who import these substance in the country. So that's something I'm going to look at.
Thank you, Victoria. What do you say, Sekou?
I want to follow up with a telco question. You mentioned all those good ministry and the acts that created them. I did not hear gender ministry.
So yeah, you and Sekou, we will be representing the people of Maserati, but we'll be representing the country at large. So when we are naming a few land ministries, it doesn't mean that our eyes will not be on other land ministries, other agencies. We have interest in all. We just named few because
but it means that the ones you mentioned were the one at the top of your priority list.
Yeah, because the way I agree to that. But gender should be one of our key priority, because we are also advocating for gender equality, and I'm somebody who look forward to working with the Ministry of Gender. I have worked with them, like I told you the last time on your show. I have worked with a lot of land ministries indirectly. I was almost like a secondee to some of these land ministries. Like the Ministry of Education, I have never written a project that is talking about education when I cannot work with the Ministry of Education. I work with them, get data from them to understand what we need to put in the proposal. And once that proposal is approved, we work with the Ministry of Education to implement the project. So one way or the other, we work in a system, we understand the system, we know what's happening there. The Ministry of Gender, of course, you know, when people talk about the Ministry of Gender, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, those are cross-cutting things across the country. In any project proposal in the world, you cannot implement anywhere without talking about the young people, the development of young people. You cannot talk anything without talking about mainstreaming gender into issues. So when we talk about the Ministry of Health, yes, gender will have to be mainstream in the Ministry of Health. So the gender and Sekou, I'm saying to you that we're going to look at the arts. Let's take, for example, the Ministry of Justice. In recent time, what happened to those children? If the Ministry of Justice is just there for the name Ministry of Justice and they are not doing their work, so why should we have the Ministry of Justice and paying a lot of money So why can't we change it? If the Liberian National Police or the NSA is doing the work, so why should we have a Ministry of Justice when they are not doing the work? So we do not want to just have land ministries and they are not doing what they're supposed to do. So either we make them do the work, or
let me interrupt you for a second. When you talk about visiting those arts that created the ministries, are you talking about the potential of eradicating them fully, or you talking about making some amendment in the functionality of those ministries?
You there?
Did you hear me?
So,
Sekou, you were reading something.
This thing is simple, Sekou. Sekou, the Ministry of Youth and Sports. When last did you hear Zioga Wesin talking about young people entrepreneurship? When last did you hear about improving the lives of young people? You wouldn't hear Zioga Wesin when they having content meet, then he goes on the radio. You wouldn't hear Zioga Wesin when we are talking about Lone Star playing game. Is that the reason we have Ministry of Youth and Sports?
So the question, Victoria, because
I'm coming to it, I'm just laying.
Because of time, we have to shorten the questions. They've got to be precise because we already lost a lot of time. But also, too, the question there was: Are you consolidating ministries? Are you eliminating ministries? What is your plan of action?
No, the intention is not to eliminate anything, but to make the system work. So, and this is why we want to review the acts that created them. So the acts that created them will clearly spell out the roles and responsibility. Let's take, for example, the Ministry of Youth and Sport has TVET, Technical Vocational Training for Young People. The Ministry of Education has TVET. So how do we want to collaborate? Who is doing what? Will the Ministry of Youth and Sport continue to do TVET, or will the Ministry of Education continue to do TVET? How can we see that if you have TVET in both of them are implementing TVET, then we need to look at it. If we need to remove TVET from the Ministry of Youth and Sports or from the Ministry of Education, let's propose.
All right.
Something.
Now it's making sense to me. All right.
Yeah. Let's propose something. Yeah. So that's what we are saying here, because you cannot have all of the ministry implementing the same thing. If you have all of the ministry,
what is your proposal when it comes to that? Now that you mentioned TVET, I agree. Everybody should not be doing one thing, but what is your proposal to that?
So if the Ministry of Education is doing formal education, let the Ministry of Youth and so maybe that is what having confusion between the two that are making it. You know, there's a saying that if everybody is here and everybody is supposed to do something, and everybody is sitting down looking at somebody to start, then meaning that thing will not happen. But you need to say you are responsible to do this. Whether you will work with the others now to have it done, that's another thing. But you can't have two people doing it and the person say, maybe the man doing it. The other person said, maybe the person doing it. So we will look at it and look at it and see whether the TVET should be under the Ministry of Education or whether it should be under the Ministry of Youth and Sport. We do not want to be like other people who will come and say, we will say, give it to the Ministry of Education. When you have not seen what is in there, you have to see what is in there. How is it rating before you make a determination or before you make a proposal? You cannot just sit here and say the Ministry of Youth and Sport should take it. Yeah.
So as is, what is your recommendation?
As is? I have not seen. Yeah,
so
as
you
is.
have not seen it, but you wait until you get to the Senate to make that proposal.
If I can lay my hands on the both. If I can lay my hands on the acts that created them, read them, I can be able to make a recommendation now. But until I can get there, I don't want to be like other people. Other people will say, when I go to the Senate, I will cut my salary. You don't even know how much you're making. How will you cut your salary? Then when you go there now, you see the money you're making, you say, oh, I didn't know that what we were making, I say I will cut my salary. I do not want to be that kind of person. Like I said, my voice will be always what I will give my people. I stand by my...
Oh, we lost her. We lost her. Oh God, internet Liberia. Seko.
Yeah, very, very bad.
Yeah, come back.
Hopefully she comes back.
Is
Yeah.
overlapping function.
Oh, there she
You
is.
don't even know. Perhaps the Ministry of Youth and Sports is overlapping function. You don't even know because you do not have the acts in front of you. So until then, we cannot make a proposal.
So last one, and I'll be done with this because you keep saying you don't have the acts in front of you. What's preventing you from getting the acts? Isn't it? Aren't the acts public information though? What's preventing you from having it in your hands and reviewing it?
You're making it to look like this is Liberia. People say
I'm just seeking to understand.
Access to information is free, but we all know in this country. The last time I was doing a project, I have my own small NGO. I was doing a project proposal, and I went to the Ministry of Education. I wanted a list of all public schools in this country. Up to today, I've not gotten it. Sometimes I would just ask this person, they will say, oh, in Zozo, they get this public school. They are already done. Then I ask the other person, or they will say, oh, yeah, in Zwedru, they get a public school already done. Or in district number this, they get this public school already done. Up to now, I have not gotten that list. And this is something that's supposed to be at the fingertip of the Ministry of Education, that when you go there, you should have it immediately. So these are some of the difficulties, and this is why we want to change the system. If you are there, you see, when we talk about changing the system, you cannot have different positions.
Oh Lord, internet. Oh Lord. Seko, when she come back, I'm done though. Over to you. I was just kind of following up on your question.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
So, folks, once again, this is SKTV.
So run after and you are running after time. You will just be calling people back. And yeah, in Sunny Korea, how many public school they get there? They call the name. You read it down. That's how we working here. So it's not easy. So we need to change the system.
I'm surprised that you don't have the list, because me who way in America, I got the list of the schools. It may be old from a year ago, but I got it a year ago. So I'll be happy to share with you.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
have it. So
thank you.
And
the list of all schools in Liberia.
Yeah, the schools in Liberia, because we do some work in the schools too.
And
Yeah.
somebody just said that.
Somebody
just said they were. Augusto Flomo just said that he can send me the art right now.
The art they
So,
created the.
Please, Augusto, do not hesitate to send it to me.
Which one of the ministries?
He can send whatever he has. Let him bring it, because we're talking about Ministry of Gender, Ministry of Education. So I think he will bring both. He will send us both.
It will be of interest.
Is Mr. Kula right by you there? Because we want to start taking calls from Liberia. Okay, we have about less than 30 minutes on the radio. So Mr. Kula, if you're there, we want to start taking some calls from Liberia. Let's hear the people what they have to say. And
all right. So yes, I'm here. So I want to say thanks to all of you that have been following this broadcast. And yes, you already aware and you already know as to who is studio and who on the show today. So if you're out there, you want to be part of the entire program, you can place in your calls to 0770 20 31 25. That is 0770-203-125, and you'll be live on Truth FM and ask your incoming senator question that maybe you have, or maybe something that you want to say, or you can also say it. Well, please for confrontation, yes, let be saver into our discussion here on tonight. So keep your calls coming again to 0770-203-125, and you will be part of the program. 0770-20-31-25. Please stick to the issues and let's discuss what we are discussing here on tonight, and don't be personal. Hello. I don't know what is happening, but this. Hello. Hello? Oh. So keep your calls coming to 0770-2031-25. Again, 0770-203125. Please call and be part of the program on Truth FM 96.1 and SKTV. Hello?
Hello, River.
Yeah, how you doing? What's your name and from where you join us?
Thank you. I joined the conversation from District 4. And
What?
it's the voice of Agui Senior.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me say a pleasant good evening to the team and a pleasant good evening to your guests in studio. I listened to Madam Koiquah and I think she spoke lengthily and she spoke well. But I have this concern. Now that Madam Koiquah is, she wants to serve in the Senate at the level of the Senate, and we all know that there have been some dish up of money within the Senate under the name of legislative engagement. I want to ask her, in your own opinion, Madam Koiquah, how do you see this dish up in terms of legislative engagement? Is it something prudent for lawmakers to have, or in your opinion, do you think it is not prudent? Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Akwe, and let's get to the line. Pick our second caller. Hello.
Very much.
Hello.
Yes. What's your name and from where you join us?
My name is Danny. I do join you from that seminar home.
Okay, go ahead.
I am the vice chair for political affairs, Montgomery County chapter ANC.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
And I'm to contribute to this show. I'd like to say thank you to wait for the level of expose. She has been very clear. She gave insight to.
Are you there? All right, so let me pick the other call. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, my brother, good evening. What's your name and from where you join us?
Thank you. This is Evangelist Otis Call. I join you specifically from Cooper's Farm. Please this evening.
Okay, thank you so much, Evangelist, for joining us. So go ahead.
Thank you. I'm not surprised. Madam Koiquah, I know her very well. As a matter of fact, we even had a team that we put in together. She knows them very well. And she's a woman of innovation. And being a member of the ANC, look, we need to change the dynamics. And we know that all women of especially Montserrat County, will see reasons, to make Madam Koiquah the next Senator 2023 of this county.
All right. Thank you so much for your participation. And we get to the line. We're so sorry that please, we will now want to warn you, but
So I think we are having some difficulties again there in Liberia. Maybe me and Teko need to go run for president to change the country.
All right, I can be here.
Because I mean, internet should be affordable. Yeah. High-speed internet. Other people are inventing their own cell phones now.
So, we as a senator, will she take a position?
Thank you. And if I should take note, so for all your questions and everything, if I'm going to be answered here about all this evening. So keep your calls coming. I don't know how many calls are we taking, but Sekou, I don't know whether you're going to take call from outside or only here in Liberia. So let me get to the line and pick this call.
Yeah, take a few more calls.
Hello.
Okay, hello. How you doing? What's your name and from where you join us?
Okay, well, I'm Prince and Yano at
Okay, Prince, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, we thank the madam for her presence, concern, their principles, and also to the state that actually don't mind. However, to her, I really wanted to understand if this is political something, they are bringing all she's doing it to only the youth for the vote of poverty.
All right. I guess you get a question clear? Go ahead again because I think myself I didn't really get you clear.
Yeah. I said, take a political study because it's a political now. Let people are coming in to pursue people to join them with them.
Okay. All right. All right. I think I understand. Yeah. So you talking about whether it's political strategy or she just coming there maybe. So sorry. Hello. Yeah, my brother. Good evening. What's your name and from where you join us?
Thank you. My name is Koiquah, and I join you from District 4 FBA.
That's great. Go ahead and talk to our guest on today.
Well, let me firstly employ a speaker for such a nice vision. I think she is a good lady, for which it becomes an issue of gender balance. I think she would self end that life. But looking at Montreal to be frank, I think Montreal is a tough is a company that already have a system that is working. Even though the angle of opposition, and I think the system that we have is working, and there's no need that we change the system. So I think she should play the work. So
Your line is really, really bad. Thank you. Even though you said or in fact you already said what you wanted to say, but Segu, are we still taking more calls?
Take a few more calls if there are still calls coming in. If not, then we will go to the guest.
Yeah, there are calls still coming. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Go ahead. In fact, what's your name?
my name is Jeremiah Jackson. I'm speaking from GSP Road.
Okay, go ahead, Jeremiah.
Okay, let me say big thanks to our sister, Koiquah. I'm very proud of this woman. This is a woman that I have followed for a very long period of time. She was in the NGO arena. She is a woman of integrity, and I'm sure that coming to the Senate, she's going to make a big difference. So I just say hat off to you, sister, and we are sending back to make sure that you become the next senator of Montserrat County.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And do this call.
Just take two more calls, and then we will go to the guest, and then we will take calls from the diaspora.
The calls live off. So let me take the other call. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. What's your name and where you joining us from?
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel Toh.
Yeah, go ahead, Emmanuel. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate Madam
Victoria
for the hard work. I've been following her activities. I'm convinced that she has the tenacity to turn the wheel. And, one of the things I admire about her is that she's innovative. And, in the 21st century, we don't need diplomatic beggar. People who are diplomatic beggar, we don't need them because it destroys the spirit of innovation. And I think Madam Koiquah has that spirit of innovation to make people to fish themselves, not to always give people fish when we see other people doing it around here in the name of development. We're tired with that. So we need somebody that will open the minds of the Liberian people, that will open the minds of the women, how to fish for themselves. So Madam Koiquah, we call it on all Liberian women, especially Montserrat County, to converge at the ballot post 2023 to make you the next senator of this county. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I don't know who would be that lucky cut up. Yeah, because I think we take one or two more calls. Yeah, because hello.
Hello, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Oh, thank God for life. What's your name and where you joining us from?
My name is Mr. Peterson W. and I joined from Ghana.
Okay, that's great. Go ahead.
Yes, I just want to extend my thanks and appreciation to her. But I really want to know, by the way, I'm teacher by profession and also a DJ in celebration. I listened to her and I do not hear anything concerning person living with disability. And I want her to know that we are a significant portion of the society. You can't do anything with, and then you leave us behind. So I really want to know what is your plan when it comes to person living with disability.
All right. Wonderful. Yeah.
It's have any plan or so, actually, I want to be part of a team.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so I think you'll be part of the campaign team. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you will be our last caller because we are going out of time. Hello. Yeah, go ahead. What's your name and where you join us from?
confidence is there for just the one was the right thing.
Okay, go ahead, quick, bro.
Yeah. I want to tell you, today I thank you, but the way that you said there, you think, or she think, she can do anything to bring Saturday down in the country.
To remove.
I think it's possible. Because the voice set for her.
Oh, I don't know how you don't conclude. You are not, yeah, man. They got it. They look at you. Yeah, yeah. So say election day, or if I said our opinion, put that, but anyway, we're moving on. Yeah. So
Yeah,
just the
so,
same.
yeah, so thank you very, very much. We do not have enough time on the radio, but we do have time on Facebook. So I want to encourage the guests to keep your answers short. Go through some of these questions that were asked. Some of them were concerns, so you can just run through them. If you can do it within the next four minutes, that would be great. So that way we can open the line on this side. So let's hear what people have to say.
So
Why we
thank
can
you. Thank you, Seku. I will actually make it short, but because most of the callers, I'm happy. You know, from the beginning, I told you when you open a line, you will hear from the people of Maserado, and you have heard from the people of Maserado. I think when you look at all of the comments are like they are commending me, they are supporting me, and they look forward to me seeing me in the Senate. So we will not have much to say, but few questions to answer, and I will begin with my brother who called and said he didn't hear anything that I talk about the disability community. This is, and I want to tell my brother that this is something I have at my heart. And I'm going to twist all of the numbers that call to see whether I can get your number, because you were like the second to the last caller. We will get your number. We will get to you so that you be part of the team. I want to tell you that one of my team members actually right now is a physically challenged person. He's with us everywhere we go, and he's very active. He wants to see himself in the picture. I look forward to working with everybody, and I look forward to working with them because it is because of them. When we're talking about vulnerable people, of course, they are part of the vulnerable people we are talking about. So we look forward to working with them. And I also want to talk about this 30K thing because these are some of the questions. And I want to let you know that, and I'm happy that I have that ability to review budgets. And if I am so busy to review the national budget, I should be able to hire somebody to review the budget for me and tell me exactly what's in our budget. And we are going to put on a floor that there should be no 30K for any lawmaker, because no lawmaker is supposed to implement projects. That's not your role. Your role is to adequately represent your people. Your role is to make good laws for the citizens of Liberia. Your role is to have oversight of the government. Meaning, if there should be hand pump or running water in community X, and that is placed in a budget, we need to ensure that that project is implemented. That's the role of the lawmaker. And if it is not implemented, you need to call the people who are responsible, to call them to answer the question why we put this money in a budget and it was never implemented. That's the role of the lawmaker. The lawmaker is not to do project. So the 30K, if you times 30K by 103 people, you have 3,090,000. So that 3,090,000, you can use it in the health sector where you have the health ministry budget is dominated by grants, meaning if the people don't get grants, there will be no paracetamol in the different hospitals. You need to use that money to empower the county health teams, the hospitals across the country. Let that money go there instead of coming to lawmakers. I will advocate for that money to go to the development of the entire Liberia instead of coming to 103 persons, and our people are suffering. Another question came up and said, if Mr. Cummings doesn't win, will you take the position? Let me tell you, we are doing all of the works. We are making it difficult for the Liberian people to reject us. And this is why when we go to the communities, we talk about ourselves, we talk about Mr. Alexander B. Cummings. We are confident that we will be elected. We will give President Weah a one-term. President Weah is a one-term president. So we are sure about this. We're going to win the elections. Mr. Cummings is going to be the next president of the Republic of Liberia. So I do not want to answer that question if this happens, because we are sure about winning the election because of the kind of work we are doing in the communities. And another person talk about, usually I tell people right now in Monserrado, I'm the only rooster crowing around Monserrado here. There is no other rooster crowing in Monserrado. I'm the only rooster crowing. So when people talk about Sir Joseph is a weight, what makes him a weight? You just listen to the colors. You didn't hear anybody. And most of them that are talking about Sir Joseph being a weight, they feel that I have the capacity, I have the qualification to serve in a house. They believe in that. And if you believe that I can do the work for the Liberian people, then you need to change your mindset and vote for me. Come, let's make Liberia a better place. Liberia deserves better. Monserrado deserves better. Do not say somebody is building their own hospital. You have a lawmaker who is richer than the county they represent, and you say he's a weight. That should give you reason to say he's light. He's light because the property he acquired is for him. It's not for Monserrado. People need to understand that. Building a school, people paying school fees to go to the school, and you say you make it look like the development you're doing it for Monserrado. No, when that man is no more lawmaker, the property are for him, for nobody else, and not for Monserrado. So if he wants to work, let him work to make the system work. It is the system we want to work, to make work, because when the system works, it works for every single Liberian, be it the unborn child. It works for them. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much. So, folks, we have about 10 minutes on the radio. We're still going to be here at least for a little bit to make sure we take all the calls. Um, that will be after election, post interview conversation analysis, if you will. Well, yes, you said, before I take calls here, you said you are the only rooster in Liberia, in Monserrado right now. Many people believe, because of what Sir Joseph been doing, and per the mindset of our people, they feel like Sir Joseph is doing something, at least something with his money. They are all of them are stealing, but he's doing something with his by building hospital, clinic and schools and this and that. Whether it's for Sir Joseph or it's not for him, most of them are not looking at that. That's why I ask you to draw a contrast. Let's say you are debating with Sir Joseph right now. Sir Joseph come and say, hey, okay, listen, I'm playing double advocate now. Sir Joseph will say, hey, you are a novice. You don't know anything about politics. You have done nothing in the country here. Nobody know you. You will never running around with ANC, and nobody gonna ANC. As a matter of fact, ANC in itself is not a heavyweight in Liberia. Commission you follow him, commission that new person in politics. I'm suggesting now for the sake of argument. For the sake of argument. So how do you respond to that?
I am very sure Sir Joseph is listening to your question.
I believe.
And you have actually given Sir Joseph work to do, because he has to rephrase that question if he asks me in any debate. Because the people of Monserrado will think that he's actually he doesn't know his role as a lawmaker, and this is why he's asking me that question. But let's take it from this angle. You know, you mentioned something that reminded me about something that happened a few days. Uh, Sir Joseph was like me before he got to the Senate. Where did he take all the money from to become rich by overnight and building and becoming, yeah? So what happened recently when Nathaniel Magay, the Minister of State, said they're stealing the money by their own, they're stealing it by they investing in Liberia. They're not like other people who stole their own and they carry it to America. That is exactly what you are telling me. That Sir Joseph, because Sir Joseph was like me, he never had the money when he got into parliament. But today people say he rich. Where did he get the money from? Is it his salary that he got the money from? The answer is no. The answer is no. So he needs to tell us where he got the money from. Is it that Nathaniel Magay has just confirmed to us what they are doing, there where he getting his money from? And let me tell you something. I think Telvi said something when we came on, I overheard her saying something that we have to change the mindset of our people. And I just said it on this radio that we're going to make the work difficult for the Liberian people to reject us. We are doing the work in the communities. We are there sensitizing our people. Awareness raising are ongoing. You
All right.
have to know how to vote.
Okay.
Right now, when you talk to the young people in the communities, they seem to understand. Nobody come and bring that there. Thomas Father.
Oh no.
No. That should not happen, because I want to ask the last question. This is about Commies and ANC. I want to answer that question and then close and make a closing remark. Hopefully, we get about
Few
4
minutes.
on the radio.
I hope she comes back.
Yeah, I hope she can come back.
I like the thought. I like the optimism, but we have to live with the reality.
You got to measure that with reality.
Yes, you have to live in a here and now.
That's the question I was going to ask.
Yeah. You
Specifically about the ANC and Mr. Cummings.
no.
The last time we did an opinion poll on this platform, people that call from Liberia, Ambassador Boakai got about 21 votes. And Mr. Cummings got about 12 votes. And President Weah got 6. This was spontaneous. It was not planned. We never talk about it. We didn't tell anybody we're going to do show or we're going to do a pool, whatever. We just opened the line.
And we consider the people in Liberia as well.
That's what I'm saying. People are calling from Liberia.
Oh, okay.
So those that were called, no. So then when we moved to the diaspora, there where Mr. Cummings did better. Mr. Cummings accumulated about 28 in the diaspora. People that call. So that kind of put Mr. Cummings giving the edge. But what I'm saying here,
but that doesn't transform to votes, though. We don't have voting power.
That's what I'm saying. There will be people that may go to Liberia. We don't know how many people will go. There are people who can also stay here and influence other people there in Liberia. But how many of them? So let me see. We have 1 or 2 minutes here.
She's back.
Yeah. So like I was saying.
So I was trying to interrupt you. I want to do this, if you don't mind, please. We are running out of time.
Let me know where busy.
Let me know where Coco Lioko. Because
we asking the management of RCR to give us 10 minutes to conclude.
Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah, we asking the management of RCR.
Okay, that would be great. That would be great if they do. So, the confidence level, the optimism, the power in your voice is strong. And I think every politician should do that. However, it's only fair when you kind of measure that optimism with the reality. So many pools, when you call in, People will say Joseph Boakai, they say Joia, they will say Cummings. If you're saying Cummings is going to win this election, you are making it difficult for Lebanon to reject Cummings. And some of the polls suggest otherwise. However, when we had a poll the last time, total vote was 71, both in Liberia and the diaspora. Cummings got about 28 in the diaspora plus 12 in Liberia. That would give him 40. And the rest, Mr. Boakai received 21 in Liberia and then 2 in the diaspora for the people that call. However, every other pool from other networks, when people call in, Mr. Barker always getting the edge, in terms of who election is held today, who will you vote for. So where is that confidence level is coming from? And don't you think Mr. Comey needs to do more in order to win the people's support, as opposed to being overconfident to say, if the election is held today, we're going to win, and we are making it difficult for people? Because do you think your statement really in line with the reality on the ground?
Sekou, I like your line of questioning because it helps improve our engagements that we are undertaking. But let me tell you this. Anybody who wants to succeed in life, if you do not know your weakness, if you think you are strong and you just going into what you want to do, you will be wasting your time. You will not succeed. So once you know your weakness, you already know you are strong in this area, but you are weak in the area. And your opponent could use your weakness to beat you. So you try to build your weakness. We already know our weakness. Our weakness is not something that we created. It is something that has been around. Everybody knows that Ambassador Boakai is popular around here because he has served in this country for so many years. Over 30 years he has been around, so his name has been around. And when you say popular, it is relative. Anybody can say Prince Johnson is popular. Who doesn't know Prince Johnson in this country? Who doesn't know Prince Johnson out of this country, international wise? So people know people. Mr. Cummings, people know him, but how do they know him from the political arena? Yeah, he came in 2016, jumped in the race, came out with over 112,000 votes, with 50,000 of the votes coming from this Mosorado County. We went into the elections and we won. We came third in 7 counties, including this Mosorado, including Nimba, the biggest county, and one of the biggest county, including that. We came third. So we saw that. And we are working hard towards that. And this is why we are always in the community. You see me how I dress, I in the studio. I say, I just from the community, I came straight here. Not because of studio, but now not be doing my work in the communities. And we are in the communities. So all of the opinion polls that are ongoing. The last time I sat to listen to some of the opinion polls on some of the radio stations, I saw that people who I know their voices, don't see me like this. When you see me among the young people, be a Liberty Party, be a Unity Party, be a, even the CDC people, they call me youth mother. So I know all of them. I know their voices. I know all the TikTok. So I'm sitting down listening to opinion pool. Some of them call it 2 times, 3 times. As soon as they call, I'll tell my phone, I call them. I say, man, are you jack call? They say, hey, the Omaya la revolutionary Oma. Yeah, so we know it. We know that sometimes some of these things happen this way, but we want to be fair in the process because we want to know our weakness. Whenever I'm going to studio, my team will say, oh man, so you get there, you must ask the people for the number you send, so we can be the first to call. I will tell them, no, we have to know our weakness. We cannot continue to think that we are strong. We have to know our weakness. So let's allow the calls to flow in. So you need to pay attention when the numbers are read. When the numbers are read, you call in. If you go through fine, and the other people go through, they will be able to say things that we can work on.
Well,
Like
Victoria,
somebody said,
some other polls were done in the streets though, because I think they won for Focus My Bureau, somebody else. They were done in the
super
streets
what?
randomly.
Which one
Some
of
of
the
the polls
radios?
were done in the streets. I mean, by random people, not always calls. They were
Let me
random.
tell
They
you.
were street
Let me
polls.
tell you. In this Maserado, I was telling people, few people I was telling. I said the last time Spoon said they carry their mic in the street, and they were asking people in this Maserado, especially Central Morovia, you cannot tell me that only 2 people said they know Mr. Cummings or they will vote for Mr. Cummings. That's a lie.
Maybe the
If
environment, maybe the location. Maybe the location.
if it is stage managed, you take the microphone to who you want to answer the questions.
That's why I said the location. Maybe the location. Maybe the location
Yeah.
impacts the
No,
So
propaganda is always,
Let me-
people do it all kinds of ways.
yeah, let me
If the microphone was taken to a specific area that you think people there will talk about Buakai, or people there will talk about Cummings,
You think so?
want,
You think that what happened?
I am telling you, they call me youth mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me say this briefly.
I watched it. It didn't appear like it. It appeared like it was randomly done.
Before we go, let me say this.
Let me
it-
tell you this thing.
Just
When
one
this
second.
guy
Just a
came
second.
on with this video about Mr. Cummings is a gay, people believe that video, right?
I don't know.
People believe that video until after the elections, when George Weah me there with job, then he came back to say, I invented it. But until then, people believe what he said. So you have to be careful. I am youth mother, I am more than young people. I can hear plenty of things. So you see, these are things that they do. Sometimes you see some things on social media, people just write. Somebody with Jack Geller, they are very innovative. Jack Geller and write, and you would seem to believe it.
So let me ask you. You said that you actually working harder because you know your weaknesses, which is very good. Many people believe that if election is held today, George Weah cannot win Monserrado. That's the belief for a lot of people. Let's forget about Cummings and Buakai for a second. But when we open the line for people to call, that only 6 people can call from Monserrado. The one person that say, only one person call outside of Monserrado that said they're going to vote for Joe. That person called from Bon County. All the other calls came from Monserrado. For George Weah, only 6 people say they're going to vote for George Weah. That is very alarming, and that's concerning for the CDC. However, if you are with Joseph Juma Buakai, and you hear 21 people say Buakai, and then 12 people say Cummings, it means that Cummings State had a lot of work to do. And so what are you doing to change the mind of the people before 2023 so that the 12 people that say Cummings can go up to 20, 21 people or maybe 40 people? What are you doing? I want you to answer that and then make your closing comment, because I don't want people to kick off.
She's frozen.
Yeah, our line is frozen again. Yeah, so I think, for me personally, I believe Cummings is doing. I think Cummings is doing well, but it's not. I don't believe if he is there yet to have that level of confidence that we can win this. That's my opinion. Right. I may be wrong.
Right.
Because name recognitions matter. And people who make noise every day in politics, they are out there. And I'm not seeing that level of aggressiveness from the ANC or the CPP side that can make people that name to ring bell in people's ears, on a daily basis. So I think they need to do more. They need to be aggressive more. They need to reach out more. especially when it comes to youth. Trust me, young people are many,
They're the voters.
and they are the voters. They are the one passionate about what's going on. If you get them, they're the one give CDC, the presidency. And when they were not treated fairly or the way they wanted to be treated by the CDC, they turned their back. That's why CDC been struggling. Many of the young people that supported CDC, they are not supporting CDC today because many of them felt disenfranchised. Many of them felt isolated, forgotten about. That's why this is a message to George. We are not twice.
Siko, I know Fitera is going to leave, but I know they're going to listen.
So I'm going to pin the line for the people now. So if you have
Yeah.
the number, you can call in. If not, I'm going to pin the number.
The people won't call. They be asking Ellison.
Yeah, I just I was not even paying attention to that. I was talking. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you want to add your line? You want me to?
No, they'll go call you.
Yeah, but again, let me ask something though. I think Victoria is coming. The last time when we opened the line,
Uh-huh.
the first when the line opened first, everybody was coming. But then we went for 15-minute break. When we come back now, everybody JB, I said,
Yes, coaches. You know,
I said people that call that phone and say, you better go.
you better go call. That's why I don't like the telephone polls.
Yeah.
But I like the street polls. I like
Yeah.
the
No, our guys going to be going on the street starting next week
street polls better.
in the market area on Broad Street.
Yes.
In Cinco, in random area where you have a lot of people
Right.
to be asking people if you were to vote today, who will you vote for?
Yeah.
It's not going to be like recording. It's going to be live.
It's gonna be live. At least the two I watched.
Yeah,
they
we're
were
not
live.
going to we're not going to go and bring it here and do it that way. So yeah, Victoria. So I want you to answer this question, and then you can go. I think the line frozen again. I'm not sure.
Lord.
Yeah. So
Next point one.
okay. So let's do this. Let's do this.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Let's get the.
That Fitera come back. Say Fitera, he agree with even anybody's street polls. I'm curious to know if ANC have done their own street polls, polling, and what were the results? Because since everything seemed fraudulent to her, even the street polls that done live, I'm curious to know if they've done theirs just for internal purposes or process improvement, and what was the outcome if she cared to share? Because at this point, it seems as though she believed only her process, which is fair enough.
Well, when she comes back, we can try. We can talk to her. She's there, but you know that their line stays.
If not, let's hear from the people.
Yeah, I'm opening that line right now. So, folks, you can call in. We got both lines open here.
I'm taking no call.
You're not taking no. You're not taking call. So our colleague Steve Mose Abano today. The man travel to a new destination. I don't want to say it before, because the man been leaning Liberty Party sometime, and then before you know you're leaning CDC. So I don't want to show his location before somebody go kidnap him. So folks, we receive our information here before our guests talk about it. The ANC Youth Chair, James Morris, is missing. So if you are listening and you have any information about him, call us or call the nearest authority, and then they'll be able to help. So we have the number here you can call 480-862-0783, 480-401-2081. Call any of those two numbers and you will be live on SKTV.
Yeah, even spread, share the flyers. Somehow people, say, oh, I'm not ANC person, I'm not sharing the flyer. I share my page and I share it our nonprofit group because it's about human saving your life. So the more you share it, even in America here, that's how the word get out. They catch the bad people because the word get out. Information dissemination is very key. So please share it.
So I'll open the line. I don't know who's calling, but I'm not. Since usually people were yelling, they were telling you should open the line. But now the line is open. Let's see. So yes, I'm not sure if she will come back because we're already 15 minutes into the people time there in Liberia. So let me tell you the funny thing. Okay, people is already the person here. It looks like that guy, Pape Flomo.
Papa Flomo.
I believe Pape Flomo. Hello, caller. What is your name? Where you calling from? You see, I say believe it, Pape Flomo. I hear. I don't get the man number saved, but I will save the man number for now on.
Thanks for having me, Siku. And I also want to appreciate my sister telling me for saying Papa Flo should know better. When somebody says, Papa Flo should know better, it means that they have confidence and respect that person. And they expect that person to know better because she's been following she's been following me and she knows my track record. And she knows that I'm not condescending to women. The only person I will tell you, you know about it, Siku, I've been condescending to, and I sometimes use, flashy words in Henry Costa, and you know that. And I know you have a thick skin, and you can also take this, Siku. You and I will be going back and forth with regards to Kabina Jane, we disagree. And so whenever I make any statement, you got to do some nitpicking on it, but that's okay. But let me clarify this. If you think I disrespected against, I apologize. But I did not mean it in that light. When I saw Tiawan Gonglo spoon FM twice, trying to propagate his cause for being president, I also said, can you imagine? This man wants to be president. You see, so when you say this man, it doesn't sound bad. When you say this woman, it sounds bad in full here. So I apologize if you think I was disrespecting against. But I didn't mean it. I just meant this woman. Maybe I should have said Victoria. But I didn't. I was
you got it. You got it. You got it. If you're gonna say, can you imagine Victoria want to be because I mean, you are directly to Victoria, and you know exactly what you're saying about her. But nobody. But when you say this woman, it comes across, like people are like, okay, you try to look down on her because she's a woman. Even when
But even if you say Victoria is still bad, but it's not as bad as everybody, in the same thing.
It's the same thing, but it's not.
But if that, can you imagine the man want to become president? If it's coming from a man, it sounds different when it comes from a woman too.
Okay.
Coming from our women have gone through a whole lot. We cannot afford to be stepped on, kicked, pushed, spit on anymore.
You see, she's clearly more than qualified. She's eloquent. She knows about the issue. And even if I want to talk about qualification and education, then Chief John Kawa's wife shouldn't be a representative, because if you write A as big as this house, that woman can't recognize it. You see?
She's a representative?
Yeah, she's a representative.
Wow.
She is. And then let me conclude here. Madam Victoria, she said, I think either Telby or you answered the question to, that was Telby, something along these lines that she should say something directly about Alex Cummings, like, what could you say exactly about Alex Cummings?
That was Telby. That was Telby.
That was Telby. Then she veered and she went to but what I want to say, and I'll conclude here so I can bring somebody on. Their chairman, that man told the $30,000 twice. Has Madam Victoria told the chairman, listen, we cannot tolerate this in this party. We have to call you to book, and then we have to expel you. Or as he told Mr. Cummings, make sure that you tell the chairman, I forgot his name, maybe he can help me. Can you tell the chairman?
Daniel the 10.
Thank you very much. She's never done that. The last time they asked her on these guys should focus on that, she veered away from the question. She said something else. So it's against that background, or that backdrop. That's why I said, can you imagine this woman? And other things, which I don't want to say, they might sound personal. That's why I said this woman. But next time I take a advice, I will mention the person's name instead of saying this woman. Thanks for having me, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so especially when something is coming from a woman, I mean, it's different when it comes from a man. Mm-hmm. And like, say, for example, black people, we call each other here nigger and this and that. But when it comes from a white person, it sounds offensive, disrespectful, and derogatory. But when let's say, when you tackle, say, hey, can you imagine this woman want to do this? Nobody will take offense to it. You are a woman. But when it's coming from a man,
Yeah, it sounds very
it sounds different.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so we may not get her back, and we're not getting a lot of calls here. So that means
Today's Saturday.
every
Wrap
good
it
thing,
up.
yeah, every good thing. I mean, we're already 2 hours and 14 minutes.
Oh, okay.
We still don't want to be here for 2 hours, but the fact that we were struggling with the internet from their end again today, that's why we decided to go a little further. However, I think we have said enough. Damn, I see nobody calling the book when I got one caller.
He got one.
Yeah. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Seiko, how you doing, buddy? And Tim, Miguel, what's up?
Hey,
What?
Prince.
A Prince, eh?
My man, how can you need they want you see they may in public room, they got plenty of number there. Prince call now the number, they need not register. Prince, no. I can always take all the calls. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, look, I just called because after listening to Puppet, I was enjoying the show, following, what a great show. And I want to tell Miss Victoria, keep up the good work, and you will make a good representative for your district, your people, or your.
It's not district. She running for the county, Monserrado.
Yeah, for our county, and but I just called because when I heard Puppet from I thought he called back to really apologize for such a martinistic word used against a decent and hardworking woman who was, elevated herself to wherever she is, a status. I thought he was calling to actually really apologize, but
He did.
He did.
No, he did.
It's a different kind of apology, but the apology doesn't fit the criteria of being sincere about it. You can't say sorry, but you did it to me, so I did that to you. That's not an apology. Well, so I just hope that he can call back again and really not only apologize to secretarial, but apologize to our women who have been energized, who have been enthusiastic about getting involved with the process. You can really sincerely give a formal, sincere apology. And I will Mr. Flomo, I call him Pape, we are Flomo, but we are adopted son. But thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Prince. Prince for the trouble. So that we are adapted song. I remember because we are adapted song. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 0098.
Hello. How you doing?
We're doing great.
I'm calling from Texas. Helena Walker.
All right, go ahead.
Something on a discussion. I heard you saying, I didn't start the show, but I just told her that I heard you saying that the CTP people are not that aggressive. I don't know because what happened in Sierra Leone, you use that word, but Sierra Leone and Liberia is not the same. Sierra Leone and Liberia, the politics fight this guy, he was a president before the war, and he become president again, and he want to go third time. So they don't even want you on the ballot. They're just using that 100 team. So there are so many things in Sierra Leone politics that people don't know about. Because me, my kids, they are Sierra Leone. My husband is from Sierra Leone. I follow the politics. And Sierra Leone, right now, all the that's what happened in the street. They have a lot of arrests that already made. People are just president. Before even that thing happened, they have political prisoners. So Liberia and Sierra Leone is not the same. And Liberia, our own politics is so dangerous more than Sierra Leone politics. Sierra Leone politics, they're doing power politics because they know that when they put out there on the ballot, you will win. So the causing chaos for the next to not get on the ballot. But the politics is different than more than Liberia politics. That's all I wanted to say is that.
All right, before you go, say now what you wanted to say. I wanted to give you a chance to say whatever you want to say before I can respond. So, I don't know when you joined the show. We had a guest here, Victoria Koiquah, who is running for senatorial position in Monterey County. So, and she said that Commission is going to win, that they're going to win the election. She's going to win. Commission is going to win. So when we say ANC and the CPU, they are not aggressive enough, we are not talking about in a violent form. We're talking about in reaching out to people and making their case on a daily basis and making sure that the youth make noise about them, about what they believe in, because whatever people listen to on a daily basis, that's what they can believe. So it's better to be aggressive, to do more campaigning without calling it campaigning, but you have to be aggressive in making sure you reach out to all the street corners and all the individuals that you think that can make impact. But if you are silent and government making mistakes, not saying anything about it, you're not highlighting the mistakes of the government. That means you are not aggressive enough. That's what we meant.
Okay. Thank you for making me the honor. I just joined into the show and I hear you saying that. So I said, what? I don't know what you're talking about the Lone because the Lone of politics far away different from us. Because this guy was a president before.
No problem. No problem.
And you want to do 10 times. And let me just say something else along Gongolo. That guy, that man, he had no right to tell anybody about corruption because he worked in early justice study government for over 5 years. He was attorney general and he worked as a labor minister. He didn't change nothing. His brother was a safety minister to him. So anybody born here on his ticket, just will see your time. That room where he carry around and that room will be me. But thank you for your show. And thank you for making me the success.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 281. Caller, it looks like Texas number. Last 4 digits is 4570.
Houston, Texas, Sharon Boyer.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just listening in, really.
Okay. And you just want to call in to say something, or you just listening to the show?
I'm listening.
Oh, are you not listening through the show? I mean, on Facebook, or you just call to listen? I don't know how you're listening. Do you have anything? Do you have anything to say?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling.
Oh, it's a talk. Oh.
Maybe she doesn't know it was a talk show. Yeah. So Benjamin, you say you will send a protest against Ofawana. You say you will file protest against SKTV. We will take your call, my man. If you call, we will take it anytime. Call me. Unfortunately, for all of y'all, Telco not taking call today. So anybody want to call, you can call me. Anybody want to call? Anybody want to call?
I'm not taking no call today.
If you ever beg you, will not take call.
I'm okay.
Even if I pay you $5, you will not take call.
Even if you send me Uber Eats, I'm not taking call.
Even if I order pizza for you, you will not take call.
There you go.
You see, she hard-headed. She said no. So those of you, and somebody my two line open that we need telco line and want to call. So people who want to call telco, now you're on your own tonight. So so if you want to call me. You want to call all the two numbers that I put there. But yes, we are about to go now. But telco, before we go, right? Let me say this. You see, Benjamin said we don't want to call tel, and then Beatrice said she want to call.
I'll take you call anything.
You see. That's discrimination.
That's discrimination.
You're taking the female call, you're not taking the male call. we just accuse Flomo for discrimination. Now you're just doing the same thing.
I know. You're sorry.
So Telco, let me before we go though, let me say something. Politics is not for children. Politics is not church. It's not mosque. Politics, you got to speak. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make a case to the people on a daily basis. Not sometime, not some days. It's everyday politics. Politics is everyday business. And let me say this, like the lady mentioned, Victoria mentioned a while ago, when Obe and other people invented the lies that Cummings was gay. In fact, when they edited the interview with Mr. Cummings and Mamadi Jakite, the late Mamadi Jakite, our good brother and friend, when he said, "This is life that I've struggled with, lifestyle," something like that. It had nothing to do with he being gay. But when they edited the audio and play it, and then took the question from Mamadi Jakite whether communists support gays' right. Now he being gay, whether they support gays' right. So when then they kind of like make it look like communists is responding to somebody telling him that okay, gay business remains okay. I'm this kind of lifestyle I'm struggling with, making it look like he's talking about himself being gay. That was not even the case. But it's politics. It's dirty game. Some people can play very, very dirty. If you don't play dirty, just make sure you be up there on a daily basis to make your case, present the truth. There are people that we heard they're popular, they this, they die. You know why? Because you talk every day, and people follow you. And if you talk every day, people follow you. Whatever you're saying, that's why it's good to be honest when you're on the media, because you can impact a lot of life, either negatively or positively. If you're a positive-minded person, you make a lot of positive impact on people's life. If you're a negative-minded person, you make a lot of negative impact. If you're in it for yourself, you want to sell yourself, trust me, people will follow you, people will believe you, people will trust you. But in the end, you're serving your God. You have to be honest to the people. So those that follow you, they can't go in the wrong direction. Papa Flo, we're not taking call again.
Again?
I'm telling you. Somebody will call and apologize. Why you calling back?
I was going to this side.
Okay, apologize. The same my Prince say you are Jowia's step. But Prince say you are Jowia's stepchild. You can go ahead and apologize.
I'm glad you and Telly, you understood exactly what I said. When you say this woman, it comes across our conversation than when you say this man. So
yeah.
Nothing to apologize. You guys understand. I'm okay. But I'm calling for something else. You see, you said something that is very, very true. And I want to extend that to another level. You see, when you are in politics, especially when you are not an independent candidate, you belong to a political party, you are mandated in that political party. You are mandated to support anything that your political leader does. For example, Alex Cummings, Hugh Guata, and George Julia. You are there to defend them, to protect them. When President Weah chose this guy, Wambudiki, that Nigerian guy, as our next chairman, I was vehemently against it. And I made so many posts that should not be confirmed.
Yeah.
But those in the CDC, they were saying that, the man should pass is President Weah's right and his constitutional right. The president has a constitutional right, but somebody can make me say that. You see that Madame Victoria, I was just on your show. She could not say anything about Alex Cummings, and she knows very well there are things she can say about Alex Cummings. And I wanted to extend it here. That is why you mentioned God, and when you say God is kind of synonymous to church and the mosque. How you call it, the United Party new chairman. The guy is a reverend doctor. In my opinion, it's his constitutional right to be chairman of any political party. But when you're a reverend minister, and you head a church.
It's not the guy. It's not youth chairman. It's a chairman for the party, not youth chairman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I say youth chairman, I misspoke.
Yeah,
he's a chairman of the party. Listen, to be a reverend minister who has a church and be a political leader and like be the chairman of a political party, they don't go together because why? He has to defend everything that Joe Boga says. Even if Joe Boga lies. And in your church, people expect.
Stop that, man. You eat America. Stop it. Very naked. Be politics here. Stop it.
The senator for Georgia now is the senator for Georgia now is the pastor for what's his name? The late Martin Luther King Church.
Yeah, the people can be pastor, they be politics, they be political leaders and stuff here.
I'm not saying you cannot be pastor and be political leader or be a chairman or a senator or what I'm trying to say, that both of them, they don't really match. The reason why I'm saying that, the guy you're referring to, I don't know him, but I'm assuming he's from the Democrats or from the Republicans.
Democrat.
If there is something, Democrat. Okay, if there's something about Joe Biden. So he's very, Joe Biden presidency. And they asked that man, he's not going to use his pastoral or how you could declare intuition to answer that question fairly. he's going to be what political. He's not going to be honest. He will be the current Joe Biden. So it's the same thing that is happening.
Well, that's
Yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
assumption.
So
That's an assumption.
yeah, that is let me tell you something. When I say politics is not a church or mosque, it means that when you're in politics, you got to play politics. What else you have with you as part of your character, whatever that you have, will somehow be compromised some way because politics is dirty game. That's what I'm trying to say.
So you and I say the same thing.
Yeah. So yeah, but it doesn't mean that you don't want to get into it. Everybody, you are liberty to be into anything you want to be. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying they shouldn't get into it, but you will be compromised, and the two really don't mix properly. So I believe if Augusta Speed were a reverend minister for a church, I don't think I can go into politics because if I win the politics, I'll be running as an independent candidate to be president, and not to be in any political party to defend everything that my political leaders do. I guess
all right.
on that.
That's personal preference.
No problem. No. We're about to go now. We're about to go now. We don't want to go again. So because Pablo Flomo called Prince to now call.
Oh Lord, we gotta go to this side here.
We will get 30 seconds because
I just called to buttress what you said earlier that with regards to the politics and how you have to go out there and tell your own story.
Yeah.
And you're advising the opposition specific reference to Mr. Cummings. I mean, it doesn't. You got to hammer on the nail because who knew that Dara Dillon before? Nobody knew Dara Dillon.
Nobody.
For a little district, even he didn't get 1,000 votes. But when Dillon got involved in the politics, they didn't went out there and told his story. They don't want out there engaging with the people, going here, but there and all the things and making engagement. So I just called the butcher that said that you're 100% right. We need to see that when we talk about aggressive, that's what you meant by being aggressive. Politics is not being passive, No. And listen, let me tell you, Papi Flomo, he just a chip off the old block. That Joe, we are there speaking. Whether advertently or inadvertently or mistakenly, when you do something wrong, take one out of it and apologize. Don't be like John Weir would never take responsibility. When you're saying civil understanding, you say something that provocative, something that demean our women and the aspiration, you just come and say, look, I apologize for the mistake I made. Don't say I'm not apologizing or civil understand. I'm not talking about civil understand. I'm talking about how I come across to our women and how I come across to our beautiful young women that sleep what we're saying. So that's what I'm trying to say to Papi Flomo. Come on and apologize. Forget about that Joe Weir thing. You're his son, you know how to take his character too. Thank you very much.
No problem. Next time when the mail call now, when the mail try to call, I'll tell you to call Telco because that line can't go through. And that line can't go through. So you will never go through. Thank you.
I'll send the pizza to the house, man. Don't worry. That's it.
So tell.
Yeah.
We gotta go now. Anything else you want to say?
No. What's cooking for tomorrow?
Thank you. We have Yeke Kolba tomorrow, Representative Yeke Kolba.
Oh, he's coming back?
Yeke Kolba coming back tomorrow, and Yeke Kolba coming for something special.
Oh, yeah?
Coming to explain why it's important that people support the initiative that they have undertaken.
The green beret and black hat.
The green beret and the jacket.
I saw it this week.
That they want to have their own security. And the president said everybody should protect themselves. So they're not going to treat people with guns. They're going to treat people with martial art, and to protect their political leaders and politicians. What happened? Something is not okay. Yeah. So whatever the case is, Yeke Kolba going to be here.
Okay.
On tomorrow is Sunday, right?
Tomorrow's Sunday. Hey.
Yeke Kolba going to be here, and then if you want to support, you can count your small change to come support him. Not him actually, the effort. So they need help. They want to buy more barrel. They want to buy more. So, but they are saying it's going to be like the same way private security they're looking, they're protecting themselves because they believe if election is held tomorrow, let's say come 2023, if CDC loses the election, they will do whatever they did the last time during the Independence Day, putting the talks on the street to be beating or harassing or harming political leaders and other politicians. So they want to be able to protect themselves. Somebody called me and said, Sekou, when I announced that you're going to come, people say, Sekou, people respect you. Why you want to encourage Yeke to get into violent behavior? I said, what is violent? Similar pictures came out months ago from Lofa County. I posted it on my page. I said, this is, yeah, with red beret CDC on it, in a uniform. I said, this was scary. They said, no, it's not a problem. They said, one of my good friends called me and said, oh, my man, every political party got these things. It's not a problem. So it's not a problem for the government. It's not a problem for other political parties. Why is it a problem for Yeke? If it's not a problem, because I believe we have a lot of security apparatus that are close with the authority to make sure people are secure and safe. But if you want to train people malicious to create havoc on the people, you see that's not a problem. We have police, you have SSS, you have, I don't know, the other one that can be killing people every day, the one that protect the president.
Yeah.
PSU, I don't know, SSU, whatever they call them. Yeah. So if you have all of those people and then you stay malicious, headed by city mayor, headed by minister of state, harassing citizens, beating on them, some instances engaging in mysterious killing of people. People have the right to defend themselves. So Yeke will be here tomorrow. We'll talk about it, and we kind of reschedule more Ali's appearance. We'll be definite maybe by tomorrow to know whether it's going to be Monday or Thursday. But the good thing is we are on the radio now every day. We come on. We will come on Monday. We're on the radio. Thursday, we're on radio, Saturday, and Sunday. So thank you to everybody. Thank you, Teko, for at least showing up today. And if you're going to be Yeke tomorrow, I don't want to see anybody running away.
Are you cutting so?
I don't want to see anybody running away. So I'm not saying you're going to run away, but I don't want to see anybody running away.
No, I think, tell you the truth, I haven't looked much into it. I think just looking at the surface, I think it's a good thing in a way that even in America here, there are community groups, vigilante groups or different stuff, and the police work with them. They have to train them because they know what? If the community are empowered to protect themselves, and it reduces crime and it alleviates some of the pressure of, the police and other people. I don't know about Liberia because I'm afraid in a way that, and that's just me, that it may spiral into something else because they say, oh, Sekou got here una group. Okay, I got my group. Then they start clashing. And the next thing is a fight and the tear gas and the this. It's a that. That's my fear. Just because of the environment, that's my fear. But on big picture, I don't think it's a bad thing. If don't worry, another thing there, I hope it doesn't turn out into the greater concern there, into a warring faction. I would prefer it when we're much smaller.
Degenerating to something else.
Yeah, we're much smaller. People are paying money. Oh, just the next thing we heard. Oh, that warring faction. Oh, I didn't know it was not. I put my father out there because they were a vigilante group, but now, the people that were in fashion.
You can answer that question when you come.
So that's just me though. Nobody else. Just me. My own fears. Nobody else.
That's a legitimate concern. I mean, even myself, I would not support anything that will go out of the line. I would not support anything that will go. I don't like violence. Even when I saw what was happening in Sierra Leone, I was very disgusted. I don't like. Yeah.
And my family people that I got free time blowing me. So my family people, I'm traumatized. My family people, what else?
So you related to? I want to say because
no, I'm serious. I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding for
I'm asking you. So you related to Kevazan and JMB?
Yeah, Kev are my cousin.
No, What about
My
JMB?
dad is Sierra Leone and my mom is Liberian. I mean,
What about
for
what
real,
about JMB?
yes, there's no joke about it.
What
I
about
mean,
JMB?
a lot of my
Yeah.
family, when we were much smaller, I used
What
to go to
about
Freetown every time.
what about JMB? You related to JMB too?
Maybe we related, maybe to my
Because
uncle.
JMB too get a root from Freetown.
Yeah, I used to go to Freetown a lot when school was out to go visit my
Oh,
grandma.
you said which one of your parents? I mean,
My dad. My
Your
dad.
dad is Australian?
Yeah, they're cool. I'm a cool. They're cool.
Oh, so your mom is the one Liberian.
Yes, she's from Maryland. Yeah.
You see, this war here is small.
Small word.
The last time when Joe Lobo mom passed away, may so may also rest in peace.
Mm.
We were talking about it. Joe Lobo told me, Oseko, my mom's from Guinea.
Oh wow.
Her mom is a Gisi from Guinea, from Kisidu area.
Small
I mean,
word.
from Kisidu area, yeah.
Small
I
word.
didn't even know all of that. You see, people, we are all
Connected.
somehow, somewhere connected to somehow. So another group of people were dancing. I said, how can they get know how to dance of rain song like this? She's a crying girl.
Mm.
Yeah, but you know from Ivory Coast? Oh, family from Ivory Coast.
Yes, yes, a lot of
Yeah,
them.
we were born in Liberia.
Yeah.
So they're not even shying away from it.
No, what?
But people don't talk about it like that.
Because
You know
the more people do a run into it and say, "Oh, go to your country. You're not
Yeah,
Liberian."
You know what people can do?
Mm.
You can't mention all the people there. But when they say, Mamadi,
Me, I proud Sierra Leone, and y'all judge me tomorrow.
go to Guinea.
Y'all tell me to go back free time. I'll be talking about business.
I need a Musa. Don't put your money in our politics and go to Guinea.
Go back to Sierra Leone, you free time.
And then the lady, Victoria, that was on here, the last time she was here, she said she spent a lot of time in Guinea. She even went to French school. She said she speaks French. I ain't hear somebody say go to Guinea or go rob a senator. Boy, you're going to say Mani Fanta? You're going to say go to Guinea to be senator there. Well, you know, Liberia is an interesting country.
Yeah.
And I love Liberia. I love Liberians because if you wouldn't be Liberian to know Liberians. Yeah. So folks, I think Pape Flomo, if you profile Pape Flomo, maybe that man from Sierra Leone too. Because I people when he kept us there, they like this.
Oh, you close to
You kept care, and you too.
Maybe the Mafita cousin.
Yeah, maybe they're so Benjamin Pa, I mean, I got to profile Benjamin. You know me and Benjamin from somewhere, I don't know, somewhere in Africa and Guinea, somewhere there. I don't know where we're from. But we are Liberians anyway. Oh, they met.
They have Ghanaian.
From Ghana, you see? Half Ghanaian. I see why. I see why he loves Jowea so much, because Jowea need our bone. So we gotta go tell. We gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go.
You know, Jowea did that Opon. And we know Ghanaian people say, bah, you need Opon. You're from Ghana now. So when you Opon, you're from Ghana. When you Mamadi, you're from Guinea. Oh, you're from Sierra Leone. If you cry or kill, you're from Ivory Coast. But they make it look like nobody from Liberia now. Everybody now, nobody is citizen of Liberia. Everybody came from somewhere. But I like it. If you kiss him from Guinea, from Kisidu.
Everybody came from somewhere.
And we love him from Masanta. You see how you looking? When you mano, then you from, you know, there's a area behind Zerikore there where the mano people came from. So it's like that. So everybody came from somewhere. Somehow, everybody got some connection. Somehow, some ways. But people they can see Musa and Mamadi there.
That's so good. Well, let's call it a day. We're almost hitting 3 hours though.
Yeah, we almost, so we gotta let it go now. I'm gonna play. What kind of song want me to play here? I'm gonna play the song my boy told me he liked. The one that can say you're gonna go do all your hypocrisy or your back and forth thing. You're gonna come, we're gonna turn around and come meet me right here. Ben told me say when I play that song, you can just be laughing because when I told the mini that when they say you're going to turn around, you're gonna end up right here under my feet. That's how people in that don't let SKTV, don't let somebody know we can say they can go turn around, turn around, turn around. They can't end up right there.
They can't remember.
Yeah. So we love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oboni babono Niki majigi alabi porota Ibaga ke foto ye ibali baye Ngoto jonde fo mbale baye 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 Mamadou Wangede Seibani Mamadou de Babo Sede Asita Wangede Kumba Wange Kodido Madame Mumba Yikodido na Mangolo Bade Kodido Madame Jabitewa Aya Barika Sonida Namli Yoma Waya Barika Sonida di Duplessis Man Waya Barika Barika Kasuruda Lela de Fobeye Meta kuyatela Mbale we Meta kuyatela Madamu doso we Meta kuyatela Asita kuyatela Meta kuyatela Makoma bade meta mbako Mbalu kone dene we meta mbako Waikanani afula afusekote Waikanani zimola afusekote Mbeta mbakode Ay watu ikulumuna Kana bei macho Iya pola mulumunuto Kana bele macho Sambara nindi mulumunuto Kana bele macho Kumambi foto Ameriki ke wolu kanyalo Kumambi foto Farasi wolu kanyalo Rivela kumani wasabu kumani Walule beta kolona Walule beta koyena Ay watu ikulumuna Kana bele macho Bede ntugu mulumunuto Kana bele macho Sinu wantugu mulumunuto Kana bele macho Jairi bakoro mulumunuto Kana bele macho Kana bele macho Kana bele macho